بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على المصطفى الأمين وعلى كل من تبعه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما نافعا آمين يا رب العالمين. Well, I'm very happy to participate on the 6th International Conference on Languages, Linguistics, Translation and Literature, which is organized virtually by different universities and research centers in Ahwaz, Iran. My thanks go to the conference organizer and the conference committee and all persons who participated in making the conference true. So me as Dr. Nadia Ghounane and Dr. Rabahi Hanane from Algeria will participate with a paper which is entitled Embarking the 6 Thinking Hats in Master EFL Learners Dissertation Writing by taking Saida University as a case in point. So developing students' writing skills has received scholarly attention many years ago and is still gaining the same position due to the importance of writing in learning any language. Previous studies applied many techniques and approaches to develop students' writing skills, and some of these studies linked thinking skills and creativity to the process. Hence, giving more importance to improving learners' thinking skills has gained a special position. Many researchers focused on the importance of developing a thoughtful classroom before trying to improve the learners' thinking skills. For the paper, the researchers selected the bonus to 6 thinking hats to develop the thinking and writing skills of first-year EFL master students by taking abstract and introduction writing as a case study. As a roadmap, we will be introduced to the 6 thinking hats as an approach and then presenting the research problem, the rationale of the present research work, presenting and discussing and interpreting the findings and finally suggesting, of course, some recommendations by the end. The bonus, the 6 thinking hats, or the bonus approach, which is known as the 6 thinking hats, aims to develop thinking between groups. According to de Bruno, the 6 thinking hats are set metaphorically and can be removed. People or students can engage to think through the use of colors. For this reason, researchers think that the approach can help to develop writing skills. Researchers like Sassani 2005 defined the 6 thinking hats as modes of thinking that direct the learners to think. Similarly, Vaka observed that the 6 thinking hats is a means for groups to think together more effectively and a means to plan thinking process in a different or a detailed and cohesive way. Hence, the 6 thinking hats is an approach developed by de Bruno or Edward de Bruno to help students to develop their thinking skills in general, critical thinking in particular. It gives value to problem solving as a cue in developing critical thinking. Consequently, the approach has received considerable interest among researchers to use it in second and foreign language learning and teaching pedagogy in particular. Hence, the ultimate aim of the current research work is to shed light on the possibility of using the bonus approach to teach students research methodology techniques. The main focus is on how to use the approach to improve their thinking skills so that they can recognize the basic features of the abstract and general introduction, since they are the most important parts in dissertation writing. The researchers were motivated to employ the approach in academic writing and general research methodology, in particular to enhance students' writing, dissertation writing. To solve the research problem and reach the aim, the following research questions are set as follows. Did the 6 thinking hats improve students' dissertation writing? How can students use the 6 thinking hats to develop their thinking and writing skills? As far as the literary gap is concerned, to the researchers' knowledge, no studies have been conducted on how to use the 6 thinking hats to boost the learner's dissertation writing. As far as the research instruments are concerned, the researchers selected to use tests to give value to practice. Students were firstly tested through pre-tests to evaluate their knowledge on writing the abstract, mainly the informative type, and the general introduction. Students received lectures according to their needs. They were asked to use the approach after they were introduced to the 6 thinking hats and start using it in their practice. After that, they conducted the post-test. As far as the use of colors is concerned, students selected the following colors, as you can see, for abstract writing, mainly in writing the informative type, as figure 1 shows. They didn't respect the colors, of course, used in the approach, but they started to learn how to engage critically in the process through using a set of selected colors for the basic components of the informative abstract, as you can see. So this is a sample of an abstract. So figure 2 reveals that students' level in recognizing the basic features of an informative abstract has improved, and the experiment proves the effectiveness of the technique in learning and using the basic features of an informative abstract. As far as the findings are concerned, Table 1 shows that most of students had low level in recognizing, as you can see, the basic elements of an informative abstract. They tend to include just the main aim, the context of the study, and findings. A small minority have acceptable background in recognizing the significance of the study and research tools, as you can see here. As you can see in table 2, so students' level of recognition is high in some features like the research problem, the research objectives, and research questions, while their level is low in recognizing the focus, the research tool, the context of the study, and main aim. The main reason is that students learned through their undergraduate level how to identify the research problem, how to write the research questions, and how to write the research objectives. But it is until their master's level that students start writing the general introduction. Concerning the post-test, and this is a sample from the post-test. So the focus was on recognizing the basic features of an informative abstract and general introduction. And the figure shows that students succeeded in using the technique on one hand and mastering the basic features of abstract and general introduction writing. The second step of the experiment was that the students started writing their abstracts and general introductions. After that, their works were distributed anonymously. They began highlighting the basic features and writing comments for their classmates. After that, the teacher, of course, distributed the papers for the students. They started here correcting and improving their abstracts and general introductions. They highlighted again using the key colors and waited for the teacher's feedback. As you can see here in table 3, so the results in this table show a significant difference between the students' level in writing abstracts, mainly the informative type, and the general introduction. And students started recognizing what is missing in these parts and have developed good background knowledge about the importance of using here thinking skills in improving their academic writing, mainly dissertation writing. As far as the discussion of the findings is concerned, so the results revealed that students succeeded in using the bonus approach, the 6 thinking hats, in dissertation writing, mainly in writing the abstract and general introduction. Students started to think critically by recognizing the basic features and that build these parts and how they can place them. The results also show that the teacher's feedback through group work is also important in enhancing the students' thinking skills. It can also develop students' self-oriented learning by getting feedback from their classmates. The analysis revealed that the bonus technique, which was employed to improve pupils' thinking skills and was also used in different fields to encourage learners, can also prove its effectiveness in developing EFL learners' thinking skills with regard to their linguistic skills. The findings also revealed that the group here scored better in the post-test after the use of the 6 thinking hats, and students showed their competence in mastering recognizing the different parts or elements of the abstract and general introduction, and the results demonstrated that students scored better in writing the informative abstract as a type. They also learned how to identify the research problem, the focus, and the significance of the study. They learned to develop the research questions, of course, and objectives of the study. The results also show that the teacher's feedback through group work is also important mainly enhancing the students' thinking skills. It can also develop students' self-oriented learning by getting feedback from their classmates. And in here, the results also demonstrated that to develop the student's self-oriented learning, the teacher should improve his thinking skills. Therefore, they can be independent learners. The analysis also indicated that to develop students' academic writing performance, teachers should select the appropriate techniques to boost the learners' thinking skills. Group work has raised students' motivation and awareness to correct their mistakes, and the analysis revealed that the bonus technique, which was employed to improve pupils' thinking skills and was also used in different fields to encourage workers, can also prove its effectiveness in developing EFL learners' thinking skills about their linguistic skills, mainly writing. Dissertation writing, which receives the least attention to improve students' writing, can also use this technique to enhance the learner's background knowledge through motivating them to learn basic features in academic writing. However, the findings of the study are limited to a small number of master's students at Saida University, Algeria, and the findings can't be generalized to all EFL students. And the study can be taken as a roadmap for future studies that intend to explore the use of the sixth thinking in improving EFL students' thinking and writing skills, mainly creative thinking and dissertation writing. In the light of what precedes, the researchers suggested the following recommendations. Teachers should provide an appropriate atmosphere that favors the use of thinking skills technique, like the bonus, the six thinking hats, and Gardner's multiple intelligence, giving more importance to developing students' creativity through developing their divergent thinking skills. Teachers need to incorporate both thinking skills, techniques, group work, problem solving, and self-directed learning in their students' activities. So this is an overview of the study and how the approach was employed in the EFL context, with a small sample of study in developing students' thinking, critical thinking and writing skills, mainly in writing the abstract and general introduction, which are the most important components in dissertation writing. In the end, thank you very much for your considerable attention.